I know. I know I'm late. But my wife had me go get groceries and yeah, I'm a dude. It took like an hour to find like 10 items at the grocery store. Almost had a panic attack. She told me something about buying San Marino tomatoes. I was like, what the fuck? San Marino, Cremo tomatoes, Fontana cheese, heavy whipped cream. I was like, what the fuck is all this shit? Took forever to find everything, man. And then I had to go to Target, and then that's another one too. I had to look for stuff, but Target's better because you know it's not as packed as Walmart. And if you go on Google and look up the items, it tells you what aisle it's at. So you don't really got to talk to anyone. You just go in, do your thing. Yeah. Hey, I'm on the train, man. Yesterday, someone said to check my blood pressure. I actually did. And I have low blood pressure, which is funny. I think it's just the lighting in the studio. I mean, my cheeks don't look too red, but throughout this session, it might get red as I get mad, thinking, what am I doing wrong? I've taught everything I know. Low blood. Exactly, man. My blood pressure is too low. My doctor's like, you gotta eat more. I'm like, just get my blood. No, I always come in, man. I've been busy, man. I've been at the gym just working on myself. Know what I mean? I'm just trying to be like we didn't peak in high school. You know, we're peaking when I'm 50 or 60. Plus, I saw this half naked old man. Motherfucker had a six pack, was buff. He did this in the mirror. Like, look at my shit. I'm not even like, bro, I gotta lose some body fat. But he was like this, and you could see all the lines and shit. And I was like, God damn, how do I get like that? Wait up. We need the right angle. It's the lighting, bro. That's what it is. But anyways, no, I ain't gonna take off my shirt, bro. Never, dog. That's something that will haunt me till the day I die. I will never take off my shirt on stream. Never. Just, I don't know, man. Old man on that. Yeah, I think he is on the TRT, you know, but I think when I'm 60, I'll get on it. Shit. Maybe that's when I'll have abs for once. Gotta do ambient music tutorials. Yeah. Yeah, I've been, bro. Just trying to like, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe one day. Okay, let's get on the list. We got a couple that came in. But by the way, if I go fast through your songs, don't take it personal. You know, like it's just more like I think after a few minutes we get the idea, you know? We don't need to hear all of it. But I didn't get too many, so should be good, man. Belio Oleke. What the fuck going on here, man? It should be popping up in that shit. There we go. I've been running 8-minute miles though, so that's good. And I'm 32 and I suffer from back pain, so see it as a victory. The, if I can outrun Serum 2, I've been using it. Last night I had a horrible sesh with it. Someone left a comment on the stream. I would have loved to see something new Serum 2 does. So I was like, okay, let me try it out. You know, and I also thought that might be cool. I tried spectral. I tried multi-sample. I don't know. Those sound whack to me. I don't know about you guys, but to me it sounds fucking lame, but Maybe I just don't know how to use it. I tried my best with it. Everything sounded like shit coming out of the spectral and the multi-sample. You know, multi-sample made sense if I was making a sax and shit, but if I was trying to do something different, it sounded like shit. All right. Fucking hoe. I bought the groceries. And it turns out they deliver groceries too. So what was the fucking point of me buying groceries? Don't get fucking married. Fuck that shit. Anyways, I was hearing it as I was getting the groceries and everything. Vocals a bit repetitive. I can definitely see that. Didn't bother me. Club setting. I don't think people are going to give a shit. I think it works, bro. I almost kill. Look at those drums. Look at those drums, bro. Warehouse. And break could be a lot louder. Thank you, man. It's looking out. There we go, louder. We get lit for the 909. Hey. Yeah, I'm in a live stream. fucking.
Jump side to side. Keep giving it to the 909. Jump side to side.
That's good.
Keep it lit for the 909. Jump side to side. Keep giving it to the 909. Jump side to side. Keep it lit for the 909.
Sick. I would do something cool here. You know, delay the vocal. Maybe a cool sound comes in. Something cool to fill that up there. I feel, you know, my head wants it. Keep it lit for the 909. Hey! Something! No! God fucking damn it. Bro, I finally opened this goddamn window and these motherfuckers, dog. I see the baby trying to open the door to get out to the street. Man, does this happen every time I stream? Jesus Christ.
Side to side. Keep giving it to the 909. Jump side to side. Keep it lit for the 909. Jump side to side. Keep giving it to the 909. Jump side to side. Keep it lit for the 909. 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 Keep it lit for the 909.
I do it.
Keep it lit for the 909.
Yeah.
Keep it lit for the 909.
Yeah, man, this is good. This is nice. I like it. I think it needs more in terms of a wow factor, but it doesn't need it. I think the best way to put it, it sounds like a Spotify track that would pop up. I'd hear and jam to it, and that's it, you know? But like I said, that section needs a lot. Someone said at a House of Pain sample. Jump around. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely take some shots out of that and put it throughout the song. I don't know how that works in terms of licensing and sampling and all that. But as long as they're not taking your money, then fucking do it. But if they're going to take your money, I don't know, man. You got to keep as much as you can for yourself, dog. Because that 909 is $6,000 now, bro. You know, we're all love and peace and unity until someone asks, can I borrow your 909? You're like, no. $6,000. Fucking shit. Okay. Good, man. I like it. I'm being less picky, by the way, because I've been hearing shit on Spotify and Jesus fuck, you know, I think we've been being a little too strict and a little too try hard. Good stuff. Nice. Serum 2 multi-sample saxophone. Good melody, though. Good space. Good space. Good space, bro. Yeah, the side signal is fucking with me. Like I'm hearing it and it's like too I don't know what the hell's going on with it, but it just doesn't sound firme. Pro Chingon. Ni hao ma. It's not sounding mahalkita. You know, that's Filipino for beautiful, or I love you, I think. Maganda. That's beautiful. Yeah, it's not sounding like that, so something's going on with it. I woke up today. Went to the gym today.
Скіфи, що ти тут робиш?
Та трохи життя живе. Поглянь, як тут.
I don't even know. What is that? Japanese?
Ну хіба не прекрасно? Тут ти можеш знайти все, Скіф. Друзів, ворогів, гроші, смерть, чудо, навіть самого себе.
Ukrainian. Yeah, someone has to like send this shit to Putin, man. Tell him to chill the fuck out and shit, bro. Like this will calm his ass down. He'll hear the sax. He's like, I was wrong all along. Fucking shit. Yeah, so I like the whole idea of it. I think it's just the way it's packaged. You know, like the ooh, ooh, ooh vocal. Maybe a little too much meat on it. Overtakes the piano. There's the balance there in terms of mix is not there, but I like the ideas of it. I would also play around with does the piano need to play when the ooh, 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 ooh is playing? Yeah, that's about it. Again, the side signal is where I think most of the problem lies. As for the break vocal, I really don't know what's being said. I was going to suggest, you know, generic shit like putting a female vocal or, you know, something of sorts to really spice up the song, but maybe it means something to you, right? Like, I don't know. Just keep whatever you feel is good with it, my dude. But yeah, it's super good. The ideas are nice. Melodies are beautiful. Saxophone works. It's really nice. I like it, G. I like it. Version 1, probably want a vocal on this. This is intro through first drop. Okay. That means I get to skip 1 minute. I love you guys. We're all fucking gay. Hell yeah, let's go. Damn. Nice, bro. That's a really good melody, bro. Nah, yes. Na, 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 na. You know, the thing that makes that melody so good, for me, maybe other people don't like it as much. You know, I grew up listening to this shit in middle school. You know, back then, it's different times, you know, especially in Los Angeles, man. Like, they used to call this music, you know what, I just said it. I choose to use it to empower and say, fuck yeah, this is dope, you know? But yeah, like this melody just... It's very nostalgic sounding. So it means that, you know, it's familiar, but I can't pinpoint what. And usually I remember hearing something online or reading this somewhere where like, if you want a really good melody or song, it needs to sound familiar to the person. So I think from there, they went on to say, go steal some chords and shit, which kind of kills the beauty of that. But you know, it kind of makes sense if you think about it. That melody gave me goosebumps because it reminds me of my early years. You know, when I was in my mom's womb and she was eating pizza and shit, like I remember. Pepper Ridge Farm remembers. All right, let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, let's go! Hey. Yeah, bro. That's good, man. Take it up to the next level. I want to do this. That's the vibe I want there. That's the vibe, G. Love it though, dude. God damn, what happened, bro? You're doing good, man. Doing good. It's good shit. Good shit. Robert Miles Children. Then, fuck. I love Robert Miles. Fable. Here's my story with Robert Miles. So I was a soccer player in middle school and high school. That's why I'm broken. And I would always hear Robert Miles because they would always put those songs in compilations of Fernando Torres, you know, the Spanish forward, Cristiano Ronaldo before his balls dropped. Who else would I watch? Sedan, you know, I think France. Motherfucker, dude. That guy's sexy as shit. I just want to rub his head. Who else? Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, the chubby motherfucker that would just like bulldoze through like defenders, you know, and they would put these songs, you know, and that shit. Those were the days, bro. Robert Miles Fable. Any Robert Miles song. The one with the eye cover, Children. Dun, 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 dun. Fucking Kaká from Brazil too. Kaká played for Milan. I would watch those, and then I would go to the park and kick the ball on the wall and imagine myself scoring a goal at the World Cup in fucking Qatar and shit. Zinedine, yeah, dude, exactly. Fernandinho. I also watched a bit of the defenders, you know, like for Real Madrid. I forget who it was. There was that guy. Also Bale, but I wasn't too much of a Bale fan. But anyways, really good, man. Really good. I like the direction. You got my approval on that one. Get it going. I can't wait to hear it as it progresses. All right, etc. Hyson, I would appreciate any help with the mix or notes to add what I have below to the next. God damn, bro. This will send me a goddamn essay, dog. I don't know. I'm not going to read all that. I'll just say what I say as I go through it, okay? Pepe was good. He was an asshole, man.
Listen, flip that. Flip that. Wait, flip that.
Wait, hey, wait.
Flip that. Wait, flip that.
Dude, I don't play this song in the hood. I live in the hood. Hey, wait.
That take that. Big girl, when I come take that. Big girl, yeah, with a big bag. When I come round and take that. When I come around me, take that. Big girl, yeah, with a big bag. Big girl, yeah, with a big bag. Flip that.
This is certified torta pounder right here. If you guys don't know what torta pounder is, it's Mexican that loves thick girls. You know, it's super thick, dog. He's talking about where them big girls at, dog.
When I come around me, take that. Big girl, yeah, with a big bag. Big girl, yeah, with a big bag. Flip that. With a step back. When I come around, try and get back. It's that. Know that she into all of that. When I come around me, yeah, what? Get that. Little one-liners, yeah, I know they can take that. Let me just wait for the next drop. Wait.
Yeah, there's a lot of imbalances already from the get-go on this. I don't think the vocal's too loud.
When I come around, try
I mean, yeah, maybe you're right. I'm not bumping it.
get back. It's that. Know that she into all of that. When I come around me, yeah, what? Get that. Little one-liners, yeah, I know they can take that. Let me just wait for the next drop. Wait.
That's it. Vocals. That lead is way too quiet though, compared to everything else. Cool. God damn.
Get that. With a step back. When I come around, try and get back. It's that. Know that she into all of that. When I come around me, yeah, what? Get that. Little one-liners, yeah, I know they can take that. Let me just wait for the next drop. Wait.
I do think it's very busy. You have to retract. I feel like you're overdoing it here. If you have that fucking fart lead constantly playing throughout it, I would get rid of it. You don't really need it when the vocal's talking about pounding tortas. Yeah, man, less busy. You don't need that lead down the center here. No, you don't need that lead. Yeah, so the way I'd like to think about it, right? And again, I could be wrong on this, and it could be just more of my style. Like, if I have a vocal that's very busy like this, then I try my best not to put other stuff that is super rhythm heavy with it, because the vocal's already providing so much rhythm and variety, right? So if you're adding like all these other fucking sounds doing similar fast rhythms, it's kind of like just trampling over each other. This is what I would try to do here. One, I would scope everything back, just leave the kick, the bass, and the drums and vocal. If that sits well, sick. Never, don't touch that shit ever again. From there, we know the problem lies in the synths and in anything that you're adding after that, okay? Because you need to set shit in stone. You need to staple shit, you know, like, or else you're gonna go around in circles just mixing this over and over again. So kick, drums, bass, vocal, sitting nice and tight. From there, start bringing in the synths. If it doesn't sound good, then you've mixed the synths around whatever you want there, right? On your staple, your bass. From there, I would look at whether certain synths are needed. Can the track stand on its own with just the vocal and maybe some few shots around it, like the saw leads? I would definitely get rid of the fart lead, farting every 1/16. Not needed there. It doesn't do anything. It just clutters stuff up. And that's just for this section alone. I like the way the vocal sits though. My other thing here too, right? So here I have the vocal down the center. You have a breakbeat going on, right? So I already know, okay, that area's taken, right? So how can I use my space a lot better? Because as a producer, you have essentially an equilateral triangle that you can play with. It's like boom, boom, right? This is your image. And in that image, you have depth, you have left, you have right, you have sides, you have mid. So you have to use that to your advantage. So the pluck being here doesn't make sense for it to be down the center. I would say either pan it to the right, to the left. If you don't like the way that sounds, consider doing an auto pan. Consider widening it. Consider adding a chorus to widen. You know, you just have to kind of figure out how to fit everything together. I would advise against also using track spacer. I think track spacer is one of the laziest ways to get a mix to work. And the reason I bring this up is because I usually will sit with people and they will send me their songs, their projects. And some motherfuckers put track spacer on everything. Like they put it on everything. They're like, yeah, doesn't it make sense to do that? And I'm like, yeah, but it kind of kills the sound and it makes it sound like everything's fucking ducking out of the way. Like, you know, when you're in the car and your parents go, policia, police, and everyone like hides and shit, all scared. And I was like, what the hell's gonna happen? To this day, that happen. I see a cop, I'm like, my butthole tenses up a bit. I don't know why. It's the way we were brought up, I guess. But that's how it sounds like to me. So again, I think it's better to be aware of the space and fix and get it in order rather than going for the lazy route of track spacing everything, bro. In contrast, yes, very come on. But it's fine here. It's not as bad here. Those leads. I don't think you need that lead. You can do the lead here. Yeah, see like that lead here. I'll tell you what, if I want to have it there because I want to create more just more complexity in it, I would mono the shit out of it. I would probably make it a little more brighter and be a little tighter. And I would have it down the center and have everything else around it here. Here I would get rid of the lead because the vocal needs to take that space. So lead goes away, vocal comes in. All right, cool. And also, that lead sits so weird in the song. I don't know what it has in it, but I would definitely like scope it all the way back and start over on the mix of it. I wanted it to sound more raw and analog-y. That's how I would go about it. But other than that, the idea's pretty sick, man. Pretty sick. Torta pounding track. Bob in Space Empire. Okay, just to kind of give some reference here, there's a picture of him turning the nipples on an Ableton Push. We are a trio of musicians from Helsinki, Finland. So there's 3 guys making this shit. We make melodic techno with world music influences. Okay, and then there's a Native American, or I think a Greek guy that is probably getting a blowjob that mummified in Sparta or in Greece. Perkele. I mean, why else would you look like that, bro? He has a good fucking nose. Oh, look at that nose, bro. Great fucking nose. All right. It's like David. David's our friend from, I don't know, I think he's in Israel, but he makes stuff like this. Those shakers are definitely making me go, eh? Be more about like, does the shaker need to be in the break? Can they get filtered down? But they're definitely popping out a lot compared to everything else. That dun dun dun, the banjo, that banjo from Louisiana and shit. I don't know how I feel about it. Do you guys like? To me, it sounds like it needs to be turned up. And it needs to get a fade, you know, like a crispy, like high end on it. Maggie Q4 Air, saturate the highs. I don't fucking know. There's so many ways to go about it. You just got to find the one you like for it. I've been more of a fan of channel strips. I love to use API, Vision, channel strip. It's what I've been using for all of the packs I make. It just sounds fucking amazing when I turn the nipple all the way to the right, especially on the high end and shit. Like, it sounds great, man. So, yeah. But yeah, it needs to be brought up a hell of a lot more. I love the tom bass too. That shit's nice. That's, well, man. Esa nushinamina. I appreciate the shakers went away here. Sounds really nice here because those shakers are gone. Really spacious. It feels like I'm gonna move to fucking. Nice, that's beautiful. Una mi chica lopalica, te quiero dar una cosita especial. Nice. There it is. That processing on the vocal, I think it can go either way. You like it or you don't. I'm craving organicness from it. Also, this shaker that's brought in here is better than the other shaker. This one sounds more legit. Motherfucking. Fuck, dude. This is like organic as shit. It feels like I went to Whole Foods. like, oh, you're finally hearing organic music. No GMOs here. That's nice. Did you mono the song? Hell yeah. Crescendo it, baby. Crescendo it. Look at that shaker getting whatever that is. That dub delay on the shaker. Nice. I pledge, baby. I pledge. You got me, okay? Hanatsuna moon. Aw. Shit. Yeah, bro, that needs to be hell of a lot louder, Joe. It's way too quiet. Love the little bass accents you do too. Those can stay quiet, but that melody needs to come up, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I gotta say on it, definitely bring the mono element up, the banjo up a lot more, dude. Come on, you gotta do it, bro. Else you're gonna get them in here, dog. We're from the south, but you know, like, nah, bring that shit up. I think it can shine in your sound blow. These are our blue light glasses. The thing is, I've always had this window behind my studio. I have two windows, one here and one here. And I finally decided to open them up. You know, I was doing the whole LED thing, which I still am, but I'm a fucking human, man. I need light to do photosynthesis, you know? And my mitochondria need to produce ATP so that I can, like, be happy and breathe. All right, Inferno, sorry it took me a while to get to yours, but let's see what you got, man. Clubmaster at Hype Edit. We got a bot comment. Yeah, nice tune, really crazy. Keep rocking, yo, bro. Check my profile. Man, fuck that fool, dog. Fuck you. Still that fool, dog. What the hell? What, am I wrong to wait? Maybe it's just me. Why is it so quiet? That kick has this really clicky top end. I'm not a fan of it, but it's way too clicky. But I like the way the bass somewhat sounds. Nice clap. I love the clap. Close hats, I'm a bit iffy. Like the close hats, personally me, auto pan them, baby. Spread them wide. You know, use your looks. Just be like, and then it will spread for you. Auto pan for you. If I'm being too much, you guys can let me know. Yeah, that lead though. See, you know how to auto pan. Cool. Okay. See, this preset, this sounds like a preset to me. Main reason is that, you know, as producers, I always, like, I get producers from all, like, expertise, right? Advanced, intermediate, and beginners. And with beginners, I always tell them no sound design, just presets, because I want them to focus more on writing the music out, right? So then they'll write. So it might sound like this. But in between going from beginner to intermediate, I start teaching them how to manipulate presets to fit the vibe of the song better. In essence, the reason it sounds like a preset is because it just doesn't fit the vibe of the song. It sounds like it needs to be more deeper, more meatier. It's playing by itself. This sounds like a good layer, but it's just way too weak. So like, for instance, if you have that, nothing wrong with it. Maybe add like a Reese layer that's more down the center and a little bit more fatter, more thicker. That's what I would say. Vocal a lot louder. That click is bothering the shit out of me. Nice. Yeah, that clap is great though. That clap sounds fuller than a lot of the stuff in the song. That clap is glorious. Yeah, so there's a video I have on, I don't know if I have it as a full out video, but I've been teaching some advanced sign producers. And one of the tricks that always blows their mind is compressing the bass and kick together in a group with this plugin called Low Control. Because a lot of the times the issues with tracks, the reason they sound like the kick sounds super loud and then the bass doesn't sound up there with it, or maybe like all the elements somewhere in the back, but you like the way the bass sounds, is usually because of the not controlling the dynamics of the low end in these tracks. If you control the dynamics of the low end and get the low end right, a lot of the times the mids and the highs just pop like crazy and sit nicer because the energy of the bass isn't causing it to get pushed to the back. So Low Control is a plugin I would recommend. Or for this particular one, if I didn't want to fuck with the kick, let's say, and I just had the bass and kick, what I would probably do is multi-band compress it, the low end and the highs. And then from there, if the click of the mid frequencies of the kick pop too much, then you compress that as well. But I definitely think you should try that and just, see how it sounds, my dude. But sick, really good stuff on this. I like the ideas. I just don't like the sonics, but the ideas are really good. Especially that last drop. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's get some more in here. Yeah. Fuck you, Firefox. God damn. It's harder than Safari because, like, I'll open it, but I have to make sure it goes here. Blam. Okay, we checked that. Prospect. Prospecto Musica. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. You guys. Sometimes I even wonder why you send this shit to me, man. I'm like. In a good way, though, I mean, more like, oh, cálmate, fool. Trying to flex your, man, hopefully they book your ass. Space shot. Axel. Space shot is, God damn it. Puta madre, fona. Why would you send me that? Birds aren't real. Sipping shivosi. Okay. Jesus fuck. break is weird. So I would say here the vocal's a little too loud. Probably 2 dB, 3 dB. I would just bring it down a little bit. Well, how I like to level vocals in songs, a lot of times mono the whole thing, lower the volume level, bump it up loud, level, lower the volume level again, unmono, boom, how does it sound with everything? Boom, bump it up, and then you'll land somewhere where you should be at, because our ears react differently to the track, and you want the mix to hold, or you want the vocal or the volume to always be apparent at low volumes and at high volumes. You always want it to sit nice. But I agree, the vocal, I don't know, it could be that it's bad and it's just, or it could be that it's just way too loud and too harsh, brash, you know, like. The energy too of the track isn't there. Kick and bass. But this is nice. This is nice. That volume of that do is really nice too. Sits nicely. These breaks are kind of weird because you need something. Anything. Something, man. No, it's an offbeat bass, but it just doesn't sound like proper. I made a video on offbeat bass lines that you can watch. Very easy to follow. Beginner friendly. I would start there. Get that energy pumping. Usually with these tracks, I say, take bass and drums. You should feel like you want to get naked. Like, I'm being serious. Get naked. Like, you should want to fucking do some cocaine or whatever your drug of choice is. But just kick, bass, drums. And then from there, you start building. Yeah, anything's fine, man. I'm hearing this. Like, right now, I have this one called Apollo Intro Edit. I don't know what this is, but...
Just one day in life, so I
God
can
fucking damn it.
understand.
You dare desecrate an OG?
Fighting just to survive, but you taught me
Man, that vocal got squashed.
I
I can hear her thoughts. That's how compressed it is. It's okay. Trust me, the reslices aren't the problem. Okay. Yeah, that bass is not it. I would keep the bass simple for these kind of tracks. What I mean by that is, call me old school, but silent one saw this overdrive, mute the highs or don't. And that usually does all the low end you need, to be fair. some sidechain. Yeah, just feel like the bass is just way too overcomplicated, no? I can hear some movement in it. Yeah, I mean, it's cool though. I mean, you made it, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say, to be fair. I'm just trying not to be a dick, you know? Just have fun making it, you know? Like, that's all I'm going to say on this one. Keep the bass simple. I've been reading this book from Rob Pappin. Rob Pappin's a very iconic sound designer from back in the 90s, 2000s. Did a lot of presets for the Virus TI-2, which is a synth that paved the way for a lot of dance music. A lot of songs, even alternative rock, dance, used the Virus TI-2, used a lot of the presets, the Virus V, Virus C. Anyways, the reason I'm telling you this is because there is a section on making bass lines. And yeah, he just talks about why you don't want to have two different waves. Let's say -3 is where the bass region is, right? 30 hertz between 60. If you put a saw there, you will get the saw going all the way down there. You don't want to put more than one wave there, because once you start putting more, you start introducing movement, two different phases of two different waves or saws moving at different speeds. And that can cause issues in the low end, can cause beating, which is when like the sound kind of lowers in volume for a split second. That's how you get movement for the recess. But when it comes to bass like this, you don't really want to have that happening. You lose a lot of power. It sounds weird. So anyways, keep bass simple. And then I also had Duke Dumont, very big producer, hit songs, messaged me. He's like, yo, I have your Deceiver stuff. I appreciate your remix, but I think you're complicating your bass lines. And then he told me the same exact thing. Keep the bass simple, just one voice, re-trig it if you have to. And that's it. If you're going to add more to the bass, make sure it's at a higher octave so you avoid the issue of beating or the movement. So anyways, but yeah, just keep it simple with the bass, man. Just saw, like if you were my student, that's what I would tell you. Let's redo the bass on this. Let me show you how simple it is. Grab a fucking saw, low pass filter. We'll add some distortion to it to give it grit, and that's it. That's the fucking bass. And if you want to have more on top of that bass, then you add layers. Or if you want to have it in the patch, we would put another saw. If that saw that's providing the low end is at -3, that new saw will be at -2 or at -1, depending on what you're trying to add. So anyways, yeah, these are things you learn. Okay, we have Space Shot in the house. My question is, are they deaf? Vamos. Yeah, that sounds glorious. What the fuck? That sounds good. There's definitely something bothering in the mid when you it's not ABAP. It's bothering me, so I would look at it, but I mean, obviously Space Out didn't have an issue with it, so fuck it. I like the lead that's in there. Very tight. I would say if it can sound better, but I feel like it's so tight that, you know, the pedophiles are getting too excited and shit. That's a horrible joke, isn't it? My bad, guys. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. It needs to be more loose, more decay time, I would say, just because it sounds so tight. Like, maybe it's like that for a reason, but it feels like you can be allowed to let that lead breathe a bit more. There it goes. Really good. Really good. Yeah.
vai sentar, tá, 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 tá. Deixa ela sentar, tá, 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 tá. Vai sentar, tá, 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 tá. Deixa ela sentar, tá, 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 tá. Vai sentar, tá, 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 tá.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm so used to hearing the Techo way and the Alvis way.
Deixa ela sentar, tá, 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 tá.
Tu, 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 tu,
Vai
tu, tu,
sentar,
tu.
tá, 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 tá. Deixa ela sentar, tá, 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 tá. Vai sentar, tá, 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 tá.
Sick, bro. Yeah, that lead is glorious down the center, man. It's it's really good. I like how control the space really well. So really cool. This is what I tell people, by the way, right? So a lot of people will have a lead like that, very, very like long or sustained out. And what I tell people when it comes to mixing, one thing that's not talked about enough is how long does the sound need to stay in the mix. So if you can have a lead like that, doing ta 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 or ta 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 ta, right? If both of them work, which one would you rather go with? So a lot of the times I would go more with the tighter one because it doesn't last as long and it allows other stuff to breathe in the song a lot better. This is something I learned from watching Steve Duda interviews because Steve Duda has done a lot. He made Serum, which is released Serum 2. He also made Addictive Drums. And he also fucking mixed a lot of good songs that I like the Power song with will.i.am and Justin Bieber, some sad stuff. And then, yeah, like you should check his catalog. It's pretty insane. The guy was the 2010 king, bro. Motherfucker's rich by this point, I think. Maybe that's why Serum 2 is free. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Okay, a lot of volume imbalances, but let's see the idea.
Yo, peace and love, turn to peace and gloves. Now you got a deal run up. Heard you a goon in the bitch. Raw, swear my dog. Never knew you like that. Never knew you like that.
Come on, break it down now. Break it down now. You move it down now. Move it down now. Watch your waistline. Move your waistline. Rock your waistline. Move your waistline.
So the vocals don't really fit the song right now. Could be a couple of issues. One, way too loud. Two, lack of space. The vocals are fucking dry. And the song itself feels a little bit like of a different vibe, different space.
Break it down now. Break it down now. You move it down now. Move it down now. Watch your waistline. Move your waistline. Rock your waistline.
And yeah, it's a bit too chaotic for sure.
Move your waistline. Break it down now. 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 Move it down now. Break it down now. Break it down now. Break it down now. Break it down now.
I like the idea of it though. This is what I would do personally. Get rid of everything again. Kick, bass, drums, vocal. Boom. Cement that shit down. From there, think vocal in my precious. My precious. Ah! You know, like take care of the vocal. Respect the vocal. You respect your mom. Just respect that fucking vocal. Respect the space. If he has to breathe, that means he can't sing. Then you can add something there. If you want to bring in the lead, I would say maybe have a section for it. For instance, I could probably say it to you like this. Your A section is probably the bass, the drums, the kick, and the vocal. I like that. Oh yeah, I like that. The B section is vocal goes away, melody comes in. So that's the B section of the song. In that section, maybe you can have the vocal, but now the lead is my precious, lead your precious, okay? And you respect the lead, and the vocal provides support, not tries to outdo it. You know, it feels like there's two roosters trying to fight for a fucking chicken. Okay, that's what this sounds like. You have the lead trying to outdo the fucking the rooster right now. Like they're just going at it, bro. Like who's gonna outlast the other? We can't have that in this music, dude. It's all about peace, love, unity, respect. Plur, motherfucker. So yeah, you want to have one overtake. So that's where you have an A part, and that's where you have a B part. B part melody, A part vocal melody. C part is the break, and then from there the D part, I don't fucking know. That's the bridge or something. You can make shit up. It's funny because depending on who I learned that shit from, the A is something else, the B is something else, the C is something. So you just use that to kind of tell you, okay, I need to have different sections for my song. Okay, so B, melody, drums, boom, bass. A, vocal going all out. C, it's the break. And then for your D, it could be a bridge. It could be something that's different from the song that will only happen here. But then eventually you will go back to your A and B and C. And as you move from left to right in the song, the A just gets variety, the B gets variety, and then the C gets variety too. Okay? Hopefully that helps a bit. Just think about it like that. I think it will do wonders for this song. Bit chaotic, but I like the idea. I like what I'm hearing. I like the second vocal a lot more than the first vocal. Good shit. All right, new drop edit V3. Whatever's down the center sounds like fucked. I don't know. I would say no. I don't like it. I would say if you can, like, that sound down the center sounds like a Corgan 1 organ sound. I would just try and redo it. I wouldn't rip it out of the edit you're trying to do. And then the vocal, I would just try and get it as clean as possible. Drums too feel a little too weak, and I don't know, there's something about those drums. It's weird. Like, it needs, if you're gonna go classic, have the classic sound with it, you know? That's the way I see it. 909 drums. Just use a 909 drum machine plugin or the 909 core kit from Ableton. Process it yourself. Processing drums not that hard. Saturation, some EQ. Especially if you're using a 909, yeah, that's usually what you want to have, is just saturation, EQ, maybe some glue, but that's about it. Just keep it simple. And those drums will take care of you pretty good. And for this, it will sound good, man. These drums just sound too, like, they're lacking body, almost feels like. Weird. Cool. Yeah, everything. Yeah, exactly. AI Rippy. That's why I bought drum machines. You know, because I was like, okay, you know, I want to supply the best drums to my, to the people that support my sound design work. So they're worth the $2,000 I'm spending on this shit, to make banging shit. So I like to get them like that, because I just don't trust other people's, you know, fucking drums or starting points, you know, because a lot of sound design companies will start with the 909 from Ableton or the one from the Roland one and shit like that, and then modify from there. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm just going to grab it out of the RD9, which was like $300-400. And then I got the Percons, which was fucking $2,000. And then I got the Alpha Bass, which is also really nice. And it just sounds better. Like, it sounds fuller. I don't know what it is about the drums I see online, but go figure. Okay, cool, man. That's all I got to say on it. I would redo the organ with my own organ bass, Corgan 1 it. And then from there, yeah, just get the drum sounding a little bit more fuller, more classic, and I think it'll sound good. It's just that I don't like the idea because I'm hearing that damn sloppy ass organ sound down the center. You make me bossy, baby. Let's see. I thought this was a Beltran track that he was playing out. It turns out it's a fucking Elvis track. What? This is a song he's been jamming on the stories, right? I made it after I was back. Oh, okay, I'll check it out right now, man. Thank you for the donation as well. Hold up. Let me get that going real quick. This is the track that he's been playing on his stories, no? Like I remember seeing it. I actually like remade the bass or like a glitch because I thought it was like you couldn't really hear it too good from the videos and shit. And I thought this was a Beltran. This is your ID, bro? Damn, what the fuck, bro? Man, you're gonna fucking... You're not gonna fly helicopters for too long, man. No wonder you didn't come to the LA fires. I was waiting for your ass to throw me a ladder while the forest burned and shit, bro. Hold on, let me get this guy in. Why the fuck would you send me his song, bro? This is not... Alright, bro, let's put it over here.
If you need me,
You fucking asshole, bro.
Hustlers, ballers, all up in the house at the ball popping, working it out.
if you want me, club back and throw it back.
Man, what the fuck is this shit, bro?
If you need
It's fucking horrible.
me, I'm your back to the greatest.
Hustlers, ballers, all up in the house at the ball popping, working it out.
If you want me, club back and throw it back. If you need me, get celebrities in the
Hustlers, ballers, all up in the house at the ball popping, working it out.
if you want me,
Yeah, this is why. You know what? Fuck you, bro. This is why. I bet this is how it's like when I hear if I were to go watch you, bro. People aren't cheering. They're fucking mad. Those cheers aren't cheers.
celebrities in the
And you're feeling
Yeah, that ain't no crowd cheering, bro. That's a fucking riot, dog. Did this song come out already, though? That's what I care about. There's no feedback on this, baby. Do you want the feedback? Burn this shit. You know what? Burn this shit in a good way, dog. Go to the forest, start a little fire, throw your laptop in, put a bit of carne asada on top. You know, get some gas, make sure it's 91. You know, we don't fuck around with 87 here. And burn that shit. Nah, it's soon. Yeah. I don't know if you want me to feedback the vocal massacre or the... No, thanks for saying. I really like this song, dude. I hear it in his sets and I'm like, fuck yeah. Sick, sick, sick. All right, bro, let's hear Jermaine's ass. You know what? Yeah. Just to end it, you know, go to Ford, burn this shit, cause a forest fire, and then get your helicopter and water the shit out of it just to make sure that laptop doesn't survive, bro. Yeah, I can clear it. All right, bro, you're representing right now, Jermaine. Don't let me down, bro. Don't let me down. God damn it. Let's make this clear. I didn't have any samples in this Afro House pack. Motherfucker. Also, Blitz, my bad. Yeah, Vermona DR1 drums, please. We're gonna get them in the pack. I don't know if you want to do loops or you just want to one-shot them. I'll pay you for it. I'll also give you credit, of course, in the credit section for Deceiver 7. But yeah, man, I'm psyched to get those in there, man. Usually, like I said, I'll rent that shit out. But if we can get you to do them, and if you want to have fun with the analog heat, go for it. And like I said, I'll pay you for it and shit, bro. It's gonna be amazing. Gonna be the best Deceiver yet. Might even buy another drum machine. Who knows? Yeah, so right now I'm not too much of a fan of the drums. Very well compressed, sits nicely, especially that mono one. Whoa! Ay. Yeah, bongo just feels like one, they can get widened and cleaned up a little bit. That's all. I feel if that's done, then the drums will come to life. Nice lead. Yoda, bonito. Those effects are they needed? This part sounds great. Goddamn bongos. I feel like I could sit a lot better, but I like the idea of it. That's the only thing bothering is the bongos. And yeah, just take up so much fucking space. Like when the bass is playing by itself with the kick and some of the drums sound great. The moment those bongos come in, it's like, fuck. This part's sick. Just sick. Okay, cool. I don't know how I feel about this song. Honestly, it just doesn't feel like a song. It doesn't, like, I don't know what it's trying to do. Let's just put it that way, you know? Because it never goes into a place where everything harmonically starts to move together. It always feels like the bass is on the one and the chords are going through their their progression. But it just never feels like we get to a point on the song where it's like a climax and like a moment in it. And I don't know if the song needs that, but I would personally add it because there's just so much, like energy in it. Like I just want to get that to it. It doesn't feel like I never get the Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. The whole song is a verse, but it never gets to the climax, the chorus. It always feels like we're building to something and we never hit it. We just keep going back to the verse. Now, this is that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's what you're trying to do or not. I mean, if the song's meant to be more techy, then okay. Also, Alex said you can delay and reverb the lead into the break. I agree with that heavily. This part's nice. So you got some good parts. Again, it's more about the way the song is presented from left to right. Songwriting wise, that's really, and the bongos, I would say. But it's cool. I thought it was a pocket puss. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about, man. Hot trash. Thank you, bro. Try to be a hot trash, dog. But thank you for the quality tutorials and content. Yeah, anytime, man. You don't have to like me, but as long as you get something out of me, you use me, that's all that matters. I fucked hot trash before, dog. You don't gotta like it. The yellow thing? That's a screen cleaner. Oh, what are you on about, bro? That's a screen cleaner, bro. Hold up. I don't know if he submitted a song or not, Jacob. Oh, he did. Still learning. Thank you for the holiday. Okay. Mis amigos. Vamos. Okay. Camila Cabello? I like that. Hey, the drums sound good. That brass is processed like two $200,000 studio vibes. I don't know if that's a good thing though. Feels like it needs to be bigger. OTT that shit. I don't know. It sounds like gentrified drum and bass, bro. It sounds gentrified as shit. I think this is what I'll say. I think for the breaks, it's fine to have the I mean, I'm Mexican, I don't know if that's Mexican or not. I don't think it is, but it's more Spanish, Vosotros. I wasn't vibing too much with it. It's more like guitar. Maybe it can work on the drop with a different bass. Like what do you guys call that shit? Dance floor. Because the bass, it's kind of like the bass is just there to provide low end, but it doesn't do anything. And And yeah, it just sounds like gentrified. In a nice way. I'm just trying to make a joke out of it, right? It just sounds like gentrified drum and bass. I don't feel like I want to go. No, you're next, G. Yeah, that's all I can say on this, man. I mean, I like the way the drums sound. It's just more of the idea, the concept here. I mean, again, if you play it out and people go crazy, sick, but it just feels like, one, yeah, the brass needs to hit me in the face. It's mixed like we're making pop, most like. And yeah, it just doesn't fucking hit. That's all I can say. All right. No, so essentially I found this brand called Bad Birdie at Nordstrom Rack. And I liked these kind of shirts as a kid. So I started buying them as an adult. And they're a golf brand, but I don't golf. But I like the way they look. I like that they're fucking obnoxious and loud. And I thought they would look nice for the videos. So I ended up buying like 10 of them. I get them for like 30 a pop, but they're definitely a little pricey if you get them full price. So try not to go down that route. I have 3 kids. My conscience will kill me, man. I'm buying $80 shirts and shit. All right, we got Vigad. Thanks, man. I've been doing some Kegels. Hey. Clap, snare, more like a clap with a rim in there. Rather weird. Everything else cool? That lead can be processed a lot more to sound even more expensive. The kick can be shaped better for the song so that it doesn't sound like a fucking blob hitting, but more tight and precise. The idea's sick. Idea's sick though. I don't know if nothing else to add. Love the change. Nice. Love the change. Some nice reverb, delay missing. Way too dry here. Ooh. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. This is cool. I like it, but it sounds like the start of something. Does that make sense? It just lacks space, right? You're in the break. A lot of those vocal shots can get some nice reverb, some delays to really spice it up there. The lead itself is nice. I like it. It just sounds kind of very retro, very like lacking highs. I don't know if that's on purpose. Again, it doesn't sound scoped out enough to know what it should sound like. It just sounds right now like a cool idea. It all makes sense, but it definitely sounds kind of like it's not done. Cool, we got the little crescendo, come on. Love the filtering. Too much mid-lows coming in on some of those sounds, so you could solve that with multi-band compression. So it's sick. This is what I would advise with it, similar to the other guy we were talking about, A-B, A-B, A-C formats when it comes to songwriting. It feels like I'm hearing a lot of the A. We have a B part. We're missing, we have the C part, which is a break, but we're missing the B part. So da 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 oh da 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 ah da 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 oh da 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 oh da 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 oh down down down, and then you get like a switch or like a second verse, I guess you would say, right? Like maybe another idea that comes in that's not that ARP lead, to just make it sound, add a bit of variety. And then from there, just spice up your breaks, and I think you're good. It's good. Or like Meso said, keep going with it. Yeah, bring it up an octave. Multiple things you can definitely do there, but you definitely need some variety to come in, and then play with chords if you can as well. Like, I don't know if that will kill the vibe, the nice swing and shit, the groove in it, but that's most I can say, man. I've never made anything like that, but it sounds sick. It sounds good. But like it made me want to dance if you saw. And trust me, that's fucking hard, bro. Man, who the fuck is that? Finchi, damn, bro, you look like the guy that I had as waiter at BJ's. Took my family out to eat, and he was the chillest guy I've ever met. He literally was like, "Hey, what's up, guys? You guys need appetizers? Oh, okay. Oh, and then I bought like some music stuff. So he was like, "Oh, someone's making music." Man, it's so fucking chill, bro. I was like, "God damn, this guy. I want some of that chillness, bro." Man, why are you making me look like goddamn like a fucking fish, bro? Yes, YouTube link good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Badass bass. If the kick can sit better with it, I approve.
Yeah. You already know Harlem. Yeah. Ride with the mob, hamdulillah. Check in with me and do your job. Earth is the name, Ben Baller did the chain. Torn off for the watch, Prezi plain Jane.
Yeah, so I think the bass is good on this, man. Kick just needs more, that's all.
Earth is the name, Ben Baller did the chain. Torn off for the watch, Prezi plain Jane.
Did you add swing to your drums? That's something I'm gonna ask. Drums sound very like robotic, so if you didn't add swing to your drums, learn to add swing. Nah, that was noob. No. That's not ABAP. That ain't it, yeah. Bro, I mean, you can still have the same idea, right? It's just sound selection. Instead of that saw, we could have gone with like a demonic ass train horn or some shit. Like, still does the same thing, but like more filtered. That is no Stanley, bro. Those aren't my leads, bro. The last time I made a saw lead was, and god damn it, man, it's 2020. All evil sound. Motherfucker. Don't do that to me right now, bro. You don't want to do that to me, bro. Okay, cool. That's Jacob. think. Wait, no one. Did someone else donate? Oh yeah, someone donated. What's his name? Mass Nuclear Warfare. What was it? Uh-oh, my shit froze. Oh no. Don't freeze, motherfucker. Uh-oh. There we go. It's refreshing. Okay. Oh no. Come on. That's not good. I don't even know if I'm still alive. If I am, I think it was mass something. Destruction or... Hold on. You would think so far you would fucking be better. Fucking shit. Sorry, I sometimes get these comments. Just make no sense. Oh yeah, I can't see shit though. La La Land bootleg, okay. Yeah, it's mass deception. There you go, man. Yeah, it's just my Firefox took a shit, that's all. I don't know how I find this. God, there he is. I knew you were Russian. Jacob Chechinsky. Hell of mass destruction, bro. Joke. Sorry if you're not. Okay. Oh, okay. You're using Boombox. You were with Noise London then. Noise London has been promoting the shit out of Boombox for years. All right, we'll try it out. Plain. Okay. I think I missed one too. Hold up. Hey, what's up, dude? The key. Okay. The key. Find this guy. Hey, bro, the kid. I don't know what your song is, but. Okay, bro. See what you got.
I've been the one to partake until the end. Looking for the after party to begin.
Not vibing. I don't know if it's the rolling bass or what's going on, but center's very hectic. There's stuff going on in the center. Yeah, the bass. I think the whole idea is just not it, man. It's kind of like Giorgio Moroder, right? Like, I just don't think it fits. It doesn't vibe. I mean, you guys, this is why we got people watching, right? You guys can tell me if it vibes or not. I personally don't think it vibes. Like the whole idea together as a whole, even with the La La Land vocal, everything just feels like it's not working together to provide like a solid idea. You know, it sounds like the bass just doesn't flow, work with it, and then
Who's gonna give me a ride to the after show?
that's cool.
I hope that I haven't. Little pills of real, the thrills they yield until they kill a million brain cells. Something about those little pills of real, the thrills they yield until they kill a million brain cells. Brain cells. Million brain cells. Brain cells.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things, I mean, where I would say, like, if you were my student, I'd just say, yeah, let's just start something new. It just doesn't feel like it's working. The bass, the Giorgio Moroder fucking bass doesn't work with this. By the way, the reason I say that is because for the youngins in the chat, there's this song he has. I forget which one it is. Is it Chase? Forget which one it is, but it has the same. It's Diana Ross, I think. Is it Diana Ross? The Cocaine Queen? Give me love, give me love, give me love, give me love. Come on, I feel love. Thank you, man. Donna Summer, the Cocaine Queen. I think that she was the queen. This is what it sounds like. This is what it feels like. Yeah, so I guess just that with the La La Land and everything going on doesn't work as good as it works in the song, so. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing because you're definitely doing some intricate stuff. So it's just be more about scoping the idea down, maybe making it more simple. Rather than having the Moroder bass, maybe you can still have that dun 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 dun, but more dun 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 dun, rather than the movement. Make sure you're in the same key as the La La Land vocal. That's what I would say as well. You possibly are. It's just that the movement of the bass just makes it feel odd because you know, the original dun 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 dun. That's what I would say. Make sure everything's in key, but it could possibly work. Obviously, the Eats Everything La La Land remix is glorious, man. That thing is nasty. It's one of my favorite, like it's one of my favorite house tracks of all time. It just gets me going. I think it's La La Land or Flash that he did that remix for. It's not on here. Is it Flash? Camera's ready, prepare to flash. This one, dude. Holy shit.
To try to leave.
That's what I would listen. But yeah, it's not the same.
Laughing gas.
This thing is so good.
But there's no laughing matter. Cameras ready, prepare to flash.
Also, that one song we had before with the EDM lead on the house track, this is what I mean. You needed more something like that. man, fucking eats everything. Killed it with this, dude. This thing live goes fucking insane, dude. Crazy. Yeah, so it's just more fine. Let's keep it simple, my dude. I think you're just overdoing it on it. And yeah, one you can send it another time too, man. Okay, cool. Joe's Groove. I'm already liking it. Yeah, you could donate, but I'm about to head out soon. Hopefully the stream didn't die. That layer, is it needed? Love the pad. The pad's amazing.
How are you?
I'm pretty tired. It's been recording so much, you know.
You're tired now?
Yeah, I haven't had a sleep in about all night. I've been working on the last LP.
How much sleep do you need to be alert?
It's not bad. Right? I heard ass too. I thought it was about to be some nasty, and then it was just that. But yeah, it's good, bro. I can see what you guys mean about the bass being too busy. Honestly, it didn't really bother me until I read what you guys said. But I agree. Instead of the double hit, it could definitely just hit once or not. Yeah, just hit once and not be so busy there. I agree with that. But it wasn't really bothering too much. Nah, what they mean is there's just too many notes playing because the track's meant to be like the sounds you're picking and the way you're producing it is very chill, right? But the bass is moving a lot. So that just means you're there's just too much movement. So at the end of the 16 bars, just maybe don't do the double hits, the 16th hits. You know, maybe just keep it as 1/8 when it does 16ths. Just slow it down a bit. I think that's what they're talking about. Like I said, it didn't really bother me until they said it, but I do agree with them that now that they brought it up, that you can definitely slow it down a bit. Dun 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 like that. Dun 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 like, or dun 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 dun. That's what I think. That's what they're talking about. How often does that bass note need to hit? Thank you, the spa.
How are you?
Ass. I think it does, dude. It does say ass. You get me all excited for nothing, bro.
How are you?
I'm pretty tired. It's been recording so much, you know.
You're tired now?
Yeah, I haven't had a sleep in about all night. I've been working on the last LP.
I think
How much sleep do you need to be alert?
Alert? I guess about 8.
8 hours?
Yeah, I had about 8 minutes, so, you know.
Minutes? I've slept longer than that in my monologue. Want to cut the racket off on the sound here? Down here? Nice gentleman, down here, woman. How are you?
I'm not a fan of the sample, man. I am not. It just kills the vibe for me. But I mean, it's your song, your body. You know, put whatever you want in it. I am following you down this path. I'm gonna grab a beer. Ash. It could be ash, but it sounds like ass.
I'm pretty tired. It's been recording so much, you know.
You're tired now.
Yeah, I haven't had a sleep in about all night. I've been working on the last LP.
How much sleep do you need to be alert? Alert. Alert.
Ass and titties. Ass and titties. What kind of guy are you? Ass. Yeah, sick, dude, sick. Other than that, it's super cool. Let's see what else.
Alert. How much?
Da-da-da-dan. That's what they're talking about, by the way. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Why not? Dun 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 dun. Right? That's what they mean. But you do what you think is right for your song. It's your song. It's your life. Okay, yeah, cool. Ass, titties, balls, all night. What kind of man are you? Tell me now. What kind of man are you to get you right? There you go. That's the vocal, man. As for vocals, it's the art of sampling, man. A lot of these songs sample like old songs from the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 1980s, the 1880s. Nah, but yeah, that's part of it, you know. That's why I'm not a big sampler. So whenever making these kind of tracks, it's always hard because I hate looking for samples. But it's part of it. Part of it. Okay. Roy. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. And you can't leave the song like this if you want. But again, by studying the greats and doing this stuff, you are missing a D part. So like the whole track was just the Corgan 1 bass with that melody on top, but you need a switch somewhere. Coulter does it, Chris Stassi does it, Frankie Risardo does it, Ranger Trucco does it. Who else fucking does it? All those guys do it that are at the top in this stuff, in this genre. It's like a switch almost. So just handle it, my dude. Handle it. Just a deep part, something that's different from that. You can still keep the bass the same or change it up too. But yeah, I would look at those, and it's totally up to you. Oh, you bought Serum? Well, there's a link, and in that link, there's another link that you click, and you submit your song there. And then if you want to donate, you can. You don't have to, but you can. Hell yeah, sweet tea. That's the way, man. Slow and steady. Yeah, dude, Serum. Okay. I think, let's hear this, yeah.
Cuando pienses que el amor se ha olvidado de que estás ahí, vuela, vuela con tu imaginación.
I'd make the open hat tighter. Love the center, bafito, whatever it's going on there. That guitar though, if you're doing an edit, I'm not too sure on.
Si no puedes ser feliz, no te rindas, puedes recurrir. Vuela, vuela con tu imaginación. Vuela, vuela. No te hace falta equipaje.
those side leads. I mean, I commend the distortion, saturation going on with them. Can we dial it back a bit to where like it sounds a little fuller and not so brash? And I think it's gonna be in a good place. I'm hearing it here in my studio, and I would question it. So it's a little too. The kick, pretty decent. Pretty decent actually. The kick is probably one of the nicer kicks I've heard in the stream. I'm a little iffy on it, and it's like an EQ thing on it. What I find is when I make the kicks clicky like this and I master the song, they get overpronounced too much. So it's like a balance of maintaining that fullness of the kick and still the clickiness. That's always the hardest thing. So that's the only thing I have issues with it. If there's any way, get the kick like to feel a little rounder while still maintaining that shape that it has. That's good. I like it though. Risky's good, man. In music right now, risky is good. That's what you want. Too many people can make music. Too many people can make decent music. Risky is what you want. So I'm all for this. This sounds good. God damn. Love that part. I love that shit. So when you do that fill, I think that feels sick. Personally, me, I would put a reverb down the center on it because it's so drastic, and then the reverb happens on the sides, it sounds like. Try it more down the center. I feel like you could still have whatever this is here. Yeah, you do bring it back, so it's sick. I'll just say this, and then do what you can with it. You don't have to do it. This is just my like thoughts as I was going through the song, as I was hearing. There was some gaps that were fairly empty, where it felt like either one, the leads can get like tailed with reverb and delay, or something can respond to them. Other than that, everything's pretty good. The build up was sick. Yeah, that's sick. You're good on that. And yeah, that's it. That's it. But it's super cool, dude. Really good, man. Really good, honestly. That's a hell of an edit. Yeah, dude, the kick thing we talked about. But yeah, man, this is clutch, man. Clutch. Really different, really good. Gonna be the pinchy Latin lover, fool. Just call yourself Latin lover. Really good shit. All right, let me a couple more songs, but let's see, where the hell did that go? Mark E. Gotta find that. It's time for a pucker. Please go easy or don't. Either way, I appreciate everything you do. I'm trying to find you though, Mark. How do I find you? Like, what's the song name you submitted with? Oh, okay, cool. So it's gonna sound a lot better then. Hell yeah, man. I'm happy. That's great. Hit the afters. Send it to Sweet Tea. See, you got people asking you for your edit, bro. Handle, dude, handle. Okay, what's am I doing? Stuck. Went from crossing cocaine through Temecula to becoming the guy making the deals from Echo Park in LA, bro. Wait, what am I doing? Talk to me. Mark, you gotta talk to me. Okay, I think this is Mark. He left me a nice message. So I'll always go with the first choice, man. I never go with the second choice. Second choice is you overthought it. So I've been working on this hobby on and off since 2020. Learned a ton from your streams and really appreciate all the work you do. Would love feedback, open to feedback on either track. Okay, I'll try my best. And hopefully I can help you out a bit. It's always my goal. Sometimes it's just hard with some songs. They're just not good. Move on. But some songs we definitely, you know, can spice shit up, right? And then obviously, hopefully the chat helps too. They're also better producers than me probably. So always welcome, guys, to leave your input. It also helps you improve at giving people feedback that will help in making your music better as well. Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's fast forward. All right, it's Mark. Emotional distance, a spa. It's one of those. Too much of there's too much of a frequency, mids to lows. I don't know if that happened in the mastering phase of the song, but there's way too much. It's either that or it's thick as shit and it's fine. It's one or the other, but I'm so used to hearing shit not have so much of this frequency now that anytime I hear it like this, I question it, okay? But if you like it and you didn't find any issues, then it could be fine, but I think it's too much. Piano's nice. Do you need the shaker here? It sounds like you have two different shakers, one on the right, one on the left. I don't know if I like it. Killing the vibe. Vocals too quiet. Okay. That reverse, very low quality sounding. Not sure why, and it also very drastic at the end of it. Almost sounds really bad. Shh. That was too loud, maybe. Yeah, so this track, there's a saying in the mixing world, you know, as a producer, educator, and stuff, I've tried to learn everything myself from different avenues. There's a saying in the mixing world that the life of your mix is from the mids, right? Your mid frequencies. So right now, the mids are just, they're not respecting each other, and you can hear it just sounds muffled. I would start with the bass. I just feel like I said again, there's just too much mid-lows, mids going on in there. From there, hopefully that helps in opening up the center for the vocal to pop through a lot more in it. But I think that would be the key. Okay. But idea-wise, it's nice. That piano that's very wide. I've worked with pianos in my 2016, 2018 melodic house era, some artists, and I love pianos that sound like this, but they're so hard to mix because either one, it's in the voicing, the way the MIDI notes, right? Are you open voicing, spreading out the notes, or are they all together? And then from there, it's the way that you're mixing it to fit in the song. It feels like those pianos. How the fuck I would fix? Yeah, they do feel like they're too far away. When that's the issue, either one, too quiet, too much reverb or delay. No worries, pianos are fucking hard. Usually I'll be reducing and boosting the shit out of highs, but it really depends on the piano, man. Some pianos are bright as it is. Some pianos are fucking dull. It just really depends on the song, but for sure the piano in this song can sound a lot better. Sounds too muted. Nice melodies though, I like it. Yeah, it's just really too loud on the kick. Sounds weird because you're cutting out a lot. Yeah, so if we had to do one, fix the bass. Two, don't even add anything to it. It sounds like you boosted with an EQ. You did additive EQ on it. Trying to think here. This is what I would say. Okay. Start with the kick, bass, and drums. No, you're not allowed to boost. If it doesn't sound the way you want it with the kick, switch the kick out. With the bass, don't worry about boosting. Worry more about reducing for now. You can always boost later. Get the drums right. From there, bring in the elements in order of importance. So, for instance, main idea will come in first, and then you can start to see how it sounds like that. Again, Try and get it to sit right. No need to be additively boosting. And then bring in the piano. Get the piano sounding clean and right. It just sounds way too muffled, muted. With pianos, a lot of the times, depending on where you got it from, the plugin, right? Like you can go into them and increase the brightness, change the piano, but try and find a piano that sounds close to what you think sounds pro. Once you have the main elements in, chords, vocal, bass, kick, drums, then you can start bringing in all the supportive stuff. But that's how I would kind of get started on it. You have spent so much time on that. You need to make more tracks. This is one of them tracks you have spent too much time on. Nothing flows. I think it flows. I just think there's way too much going on, and there's way too much boosting going on certain elements where you're trying to add meat, but overdoing it. It's happened to me a lot because somewhere along the lines I get something that sounds good, but then it just sounds too clean and too empty. And then you want to fucking boost the shit out of stuff. Anyways, that's where I would focus. I think this is fine. It's just that pad. It's all working. It's just so imbalanced. That is the problem. Maybe it's fine if 300 to 600 is empty. It doesn't need to be full. It just really depends on the song, man. Span doesn't tell you the whole story. Yeah, now that I boosted the shit out of this, like yeah, there's no sub. So I feel the kick on my sub, but not even the low end part of it. I feel more of like the second octave, which was 60 hertz up to like 100. You're not getting the low end in there. But anyways, would that be it? Yeah, I mean, I would switch it out. Honestly, man. I would say, unless you cut out the lows, bro. You know the truth, right? If you cut out the lows, you cut out the lows. Yeah, there's barely anything. Yeah, so the low end, you need to get that shit right, man. Yeah, let's just... there's a plugin I use called Reference for mastering the mix. It helps with getting the low end right in terms of volume. It doesn't tell you whether you level the kick and bass right, but it tells you whether the kick and bass together are at the right volume. And from there, you can make the kick really loud and be at the right volume. So you still have to do a bit of work, but I use that a lot to get the bass right and teach people to get their basses right. Like I did a sesh with a very hard techno producer, and it worked with them. I've done it with like down-tempo guys. I worked with them. It's hard sometimes because each genre has a specific amount of low end they need. But this track for sure, like you need some low end, man. I check not cutting out the lows in the kick, but I split the bass line at 120, so I have sub and mid bass. Maybe just too much mid bass going on. Like I said, just keep it simple, man. I think, you know, like, I think sometimes when we go on YouTube, you see people doing all this crazy shit. A lot of times it's not needed. It's like per DM basis, you know? You really have to think, you really have to know why you need it to do it, but you don't need to do it every single time. Right? Like if you have the bass and it sounds good by itself, you don't need to do that split. That split is if you want to get the top part of the bass sounding more aggressive and distorting it and shit, but like it sounds like your bass should be very simple for that song, man. You shouldn't be doing that. Okay, anyways, that's the only thing I think we can say other than looking at the actual project. And trust me, like I've seen some projects where way too much going on, man. And I always have to teach people, you know what? Just keep it simple. Like if you need something real quick with the bass, when you pick the bass, that's the first part of it. Pick a good bass, good preset, or make it good. Second, you can either choose to EQ or saturate the bass. You would EQ if you find there's too much of something in the bass, But if you find the bass sounds good already, then you saturate the bass. Now, this is where the first mistake can happen. You oversaturate the bass. So try and be nice with it. You know, you don't have to go hard on it. You can go slight, but saturate never hurts. Saturation never hurts unless you're like, whoop, pushing it hard. From there, you will EQ a bit because saturation will bring up frequencies that are wanted and unwanted. So you can dial it in. A little sidechain, you're good to go. That's all. And if you want to add reverb and delay, well, yeah, you can add that. But those are the main three things I would say every bass is going to need. From there, if the bass isn't right from the start, like you find it's not punchy enough and all that, or it's way too punchy, then that's when people start using compressors and stuff to get the bass to either one, be more punchy, or two, be less punchy. Okay? And then sometimes they'll pick a certain compressor because they want to saturate, because certain compressors will have a color to them. But other than that, just keep it simple. So from the start, main presets, comp, delay, and reverb. Get rid of the delay, get rid of the reverb, and then the compression. If it's slight, you're good. If it's OTT, I would question it. And yeah, I usually teach people to fix it in the Serum preset or in the preset, rather than doing the whole mixing shit, because it's easier to get it right there than to mix it with plugins and stuff. But yeah, just simplicity, Roy. Simplicity. I promise you're gonna nail it if you keep everything simple. Think volume, panning, just simple, bro. You got it. All right. Nice. Something weird going on with the kick. That is a mixing issue. It's quality control, but some people like the imperfection of it. Yeah, there's some weird shit going on, but it's... Nice drums though. Drums are sounding... I like the kick. I like the bass. I like some of the drums. But the more to the right we go, the more I'm like, please stop putting drum loops in. Chill. Too much ride, sustain, right? Overwhelming, killing noise floor of the song. Tighten it up. ADSR. I teach people to always use samplers for their drums, because I'm like, I make top loops for you guys, but if you want to sound badass, use a fucking sampler so you control like your length and sustain of the drums, the release. But yeah, just take the responsibility, man. No, I don't hate you, Cobain. I've told you two times. I'm pretty sure it was 2 times. YouTube links are fine. Nice. It's weird because like it's somewhat really well mixed. Like it's fucking good. Okay, that right, the Genesee thing. It's really overtaking. The vocal's getting masked by all the energy you have in the center. Anytime there's a vocal, I'm always assuming it should be in the front because it's the human mind will always gravitate towards a vocal, bro. Let's wait till in the back. Loud. Oh, yeah. So control is a big thing here. Pluck on the left side, sick, sounds great when it's by itself. The more elements that start to come in, the more that pluck overstays its welcome. Figure out how to remove it or have it in the equation. Maybe it could be the noise is getting too loud. For that. Remove the low end as you approach the drop. No one likes to go from low end drop to low end break to low end drop. It's too chaotic. Too much elements. Get rid of the damn ARP, bro. Come on, bro. No need to get clingy now. The ARP served its purpose. Just put it asleep. Let's hear it quiet. Way too much, but there's the energy. Yeah. Cool. So, I mean, I think the track's in a good place. And what I mean by that is that it sounds like you just let it all out. Now it's time to bring it back, dial in the things that... Just dial in the things that are good. Like, what's the main idea? And then start retracting. So, for instance, the pluck from the break can go away on the drops. I would assume here that main vocal is the ana, ana, ina. That's going to be the main drop element. Wow, wow, wow. Here it's fine. That pluck. And then I don't think you need that goddamn vocal from Mark Knight or whatever. Every time I feel the energy, I don't think you need that. If you want to leave it like that over here, let's say you fine tune it. Here, no more vocal. But yeah, you just gotta dial it in. Take care of the drums. The drums, right? Remember, it's all about time. So if the drums are, can you shorten them? If you shorten them, is there still a lot of energy in the song? That's gonna be the most important thing. But yeah, just decluttering it, and I think you'll be good, man. What I learned from mixing: put EQ on your main channel cutoff under 100 hertz and cut off at 500. Now make your mix sound good on the mids. Everyone just try out quick. It's mind-blowing. Yeah, it's the life of the mix is in the mids, as they say. Did I bring up your song? By the way, it's the Spa. I don't know if I did. I found you, man. By the way, I'm about to end the stream, so like if anyone's wondering on whether I'm gonna get to it, probably not. But the Spa. I'm trying to find the guy at the spa, but I don't know what the song name is. What's the song name, Spa? Yeah, so there's certain like speakers that you buy that do that for you as well, like NS11s and Avatones. But yeah, that's fair. That's a fair mixing trick. By Britham. Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta chill. I got sessions today that I gotta attend, and it's only so much music I can hear in a day. And then I want to finish a Cocaine House track too while I'm at it, but I think it's that one. Emotional Distance. Yeah, it's crazy though. So because it's like your brain will get used to the highs and lows, and then when you do that, then you hear it differently and you focus more on the mids. And yeah, you can kind of notice, oh, this is too loud and this is too quiet and these things are fighting, and then you clean it up there, and then when you take it off, you're like, holy shit, my track sounds crazy good. It's a very valid technique. Someone should make a preset for Ableton that's like NS11 response. That'd be kind of neat. It wouldn't be exact, but it's the I think it's this one. Got it, bro. Emotional Distance. Got it. Be close to the real thing. Emotion. Okay, let's hear it. Oh. Hey, it's Ash from that song. How you doing, Ash? Yeah, so for instance, you're already hearing this. Like, I'll say it like this, right? And then I'll explain why. So the kick needs to be compressed. Why? Because when I hear it on my end, it's blah, blah, blah. And I want it to sound bah, bah, bah. So when you compress that kick, you most likely will use a compressor with an attack at around 60 to 100 milliseconds. You will pull down on the threshold, get a bit of gain reduction, and as you do it and you get more, you'll notice that the kick will sound more defined and less sloppy. More boo, boo, more ba, ba, ba. The key is maintaining the length of the kick, but pronouncing the beginning of it. So it's kind of like the kick, instead of being a blob, it starts to kind of dwindle down in volume, and it sounds good. And then you would also put a look ahead. So if you're in Ableton, you have to click on the arrow and switch the mode, and there's a look ahead. Also RMS to peak, and try that. Now for the snare. The snare also sounds kind of blobby. I would use a transient designer on it in order to shape it better for the song. And if you're trying to do the 80 snare, the gated reverb snare, then you would transient design this, and then you would send it to a channel where you would have the reverb and a gate to do that. But that's way too okay. Right now the bass also is very boo 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 boo. Like, I don't know what rhythm it has. It just sounds like a sustained note. Maybe it's not a sustained note, but the way that it's designed makes it sound like it's just like, instead of sounding dun 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 dun, it's boom 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 boom. So it's just more of the sound design of it. The wide leads are very loud and sound too filtered and muted. Sound. Sounds indie. Yeah, the whole song sounds like there's a filter on. Did you forget to take off your filter? Did you forgot to take off? No. Yeah, a lot of the sounds sound. I don't know, man. It sounds like they're way too filtered and like you're lacking highs and lows. But just to kind of show you real quick, and we'll call it a day, what I mean about controlling certain things in it. Hopefully this works. Usually, like, it fucks me, so I can show you what I mean. I did not delete those projects. I'm gonna be fucking pissed if, like, it says I deleted them and shit. Alright, not delete. But just to show you, like, real quick, just what I mean. There's, God, man. And we can call it a day. There's just, okay, so it's very hard to hit everything at once. The fuck, man? There's a, I think the nicest way of putting this is the track just sounds kind of like, yeah, very amateurish, and it's at a place where it's very hard to kind of guide on what to do with it. But it sounds like a lot of the sounds I would go, how did you get it to sound that way? That's how it sounds like. And usually it's because you're doing way too much. So to get more specific, we would have to go into the DAW and talk about it. See, like this sound in particular is lacking all the high frequencies, and it sounds way too mid heavy. The snare here, lacking highs, way too filtered, too much mid lows. Idea why it makes sense to do that. Call and response. Dun 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 dun. Boom. So like I think that wow and the need to be moved more to the right, so that way ba 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 wow. Call and response. And that's cool. That works. Yeah, but it just sounds weird here. I don't know how you get it to like sound like this. Good. But definitely the main things that will get the bass, get the sounding better is controlling the bass so that you get the rolling bass that most melodic techno has. Shaping the kick and snare a lot better. We'll get it there. So and then yeah, from there maybe like when you fix those things, everything else kind of goes like, oh shit. You know, it's one of those things where it comes to light, man. But yeah, like, you know, I think that's all I can really say about it without going in and like fixing stuff for you. I'll do a lot of sessions with people, send me their projects, and sometimes, you know, they sound kind of weird. So I'm always like, okay, let's hear the idea and we can improve on it. No, for sure, man. I mean, for 3 months, it sounds really good, man. It sounds really good. Just keep at it, you know. It's a craft. It's very rewarding. It's all about having fun with it. And it's a very long road, but that's good because you never get bored of it. You know, I was just gonna talk about this. I don't know, the snare shit. Sorry if I busted some ears. Just real quick to kind of show you what I mean about the snare, because it does a lot. And then also the kick thing we were talking about real quick, just to show you. I think it will help a lot of people. Just put myself here. So this EQ doesn't mean every kick should have it. It's just because I used this kick, which was supposed to be high quality from this F9 pack. And I had to, like, I'll show you real quick. So if I remove this, so cue that out, shape the kick. From there, this compressor is what I mean to shape the kick a lot better. So what this is doing is, when we see the kick, right? The kick looks like that. Like essentially it's straight, right? So when we use a compressor to dial it in, I have my attack set, and the initial part of it, right, should be getting stayed the same, but then the tail of it will get dropped down. For the bass, I want your bass to sound like, not like this, but like shaped like this. Like a rolling bass. So I'll show you right now in the next project how you can do that real quick. As for the snare, I kind of like it, honestly. I think I fucked it up, but pretty much transient designers to really shape it. So I'll show you what that does real quick. Let me get rid of this too. I think I fucked it, bro. It sounded like this. I didn't like it. Saturate. Tightened it. And then essentially the tail of it. But even me, I'm questioning what I did there, bro, actually on this one. But just shaping the snare so that it's tighter and fits in the song. Like you kind of want it to line up in the pocket of it, you know? That's kind of like the idea with it. So yeah, and then with the sound. That's way too loud now, but get the idea with the snare. As for the bass, I'll show you what will solve that. But the reason the compressor thing works really well is because usually you're just pronouncing the transient of it and lowering down the tail of the bass. If the kick has a long bass, a lot of times that causes a lot of issues. So we still want to kind of keep it there, but we don't want to keep it loud the whole time. So usually a lot of kicks, working on your own vocals? Yeah, man. Yeah, that was the last song. Okay, yeah, that's fair, dude. That's fair. I think I had a gated snare on that. A gated reverb, so it's cool. So here's this bass, right? So I'll show you what I mean with the bass. This, I think this is what. So with the bass, right? Like I usually look at the MIDI of it. So if my bass is a 1/8 bass like this, right? If I don't get the settings right on this bass, it's gonna sound like this. Right, so to me, when I hear that, that doesn't bang. You know, it sounds kind of like it doesn't add the energy I want. So a lot of times it's about shaping the bass. So here I have the settings for it, but all I have to do is close the filter, open it up, and design it properly to where it hits. So here I just have an envelope being routed to the cutoff, right? So And then I'm opening it up with this. And then I'm dialing in the sustain and the decay on it. And obviously if you go too much, then you will make it too staccato-ish. So it's like you have to fine tune, but that's where like a lot of the life of your track will come from the bass. The way you program it. And then there you go. All right, and you get the bass defined so that it makes the track doom 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 doom, just fucking groove and shit. And yeah, and then I think on this one too. Same thing with the snare. Again, MIDI, because the snare originally is like this. So if I play that. And then I tighten it, saturate it, and then I'm doing what you did with this. Right? Then you get the reverb on the sides. Yeah, it's all about shaping it. And no, this is the hats. So I have a lot of these plugins that are drum machine based because I like the way they sound and I like to program it like that. So good starting point. And then the drums are, yeah, the accents are from Deceiver Dominator. So and accent claps here. Yeah, silent rock's like crazy, man. And yeah, finishing it up. Check this out real quick. Still working on it. More reverb would be nice. That's the idea. Yeah, still working on it, but I think it's almost done, man. I'm excited for this one. Nah, still no silent 2. The verb echo on the shots. Bro, it sounds majestic. Like, wait up. I'm trying to get it. Check it out. I am putting this in Deceiver 7 though. That's so good, bro. It's the hard thing is controlling it, you know, not letting it overtake and swamp. So I think I'm compressing the shit out of it. Hold on. Yeah, I am. When it gets loud, it gets brought down with the compressor. Yeah, sick. Anyways, that sound is it's a Moog. So it's the Yeah, I like Safari pedals. It's this guy. So I think if I were to make it here real quick, I'll show you. So if I were to make it with like Serum 2, the theory, it's not that hard, but or Serum 1. Yeah, let's go Serum 1. I'm not too comfortable with 2 right now. It's something like this. Just getting distorted, very heavy. Possibly a 7th. And then it's that with that. It's just not gonna sound the same, obviously, because it's not the same system, but you get the idea. Somewhere like that. I think it's that. Yeah, it's something like that. So that's how you get that effect. And then yeah, I'm sponsored by Safari Pedals, so I get all their stuff. It's not bad. Honestly, it's pretty good. They're like one-trick ponies. So each one does something in particular. So this one's based on an echo, a reverb, and a delay. It sounds really good. And all of them are in that format, or like even the Ladybug reverb. Then there's like the Dragon EQ, which is EQ and saturation, which is pretty intense actually, because you can boost and saturate. They're pretty cool and they look nice. Super dope. Yeah, Serum 2. I have wait guys, I'm done doing feedback. I just want to kind of like tie some stuff together on what I mean about, like, you know, getting your drums to controlled, right? With audio to MIDI, using compression and stuff. For example, the reason I compress this is because the sound isn't a volume that's static all the way. There's an increase of volume that occurs. So in order to control it so it doesn't overtake the song, right, I can use this and automate the volume with this, or I can let a compressor control it. And that's why we would compress something too, as if the volume is getting loud and it's getting to a point where I can't level it because the volume goes from quiet to loud, then I would compress it to have it go down. So now instead of it increasing by a huge amount, it increases by a bit. You still get the sound evolving, but now the volume doesn't overtake, and you can level it a lot better. So like the first playthrough, I didn't have to, right? It sounded great because the compressor is reducing the volume on it. That's like the simplest way to put it when it comes to that stuff. So it's all about controlling volume, shaping and controlling volume. But yeah, Serum 2, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm trying my best with it. I got a comment on I think one of my live streams where someone was like, I kind of wanted to see what it can do differently now. And I don't know, I tried the granular and the spectral for leads, and I did not like it one bit. But if I do it for like atmosphere and like uplifters, like it's sick. But for leads and like bass lines, they're still gonna stay with the wavetable. See, I tried doing I made already some sounds with it, and no, that's not a solid state compressor. That's a API one. I mean, it could be based on it, but like I said, that's my favorite channel strip to use. I try to use it on everything to, again, limit the, when you have too many tools, many plugins, like you can definitely overthink stuff. So I just use that for EQ, compression, and like anything related to like controlling like frequency and volume. And it sounds good too. I think there's stuff going on with it where like it's running through like, the channel strip, and if you push it hard, you also get a bit of saturation out of it. Made that sound, of course, the mods. don't know what the hell is it. So one bass, made that. Not too fond of it. Made one of these basses. I think there's a white layer. Use the clips for that to do this, but this has to go up. Made this bass with the multi-sample and like feature. Yeah, the buses are cents. So I think yeah, see bus 1 here. So this is a send that you send it to. I think I did this. There. But then you can have the bus go into the main out where you have all your effects, or direct out there. That's cool. Parallel filters. Made acid. But this is all stuff, again, I could have done in Serum 1. But I think, yeah, see, I didn't use a bus for this because it kind of overcomplicates it a bit. So I was like, whatever. So, let's see. This one sounds cool because if you play it over here, like, I think this is in what key? C sharp? Wait up, put it over here. Cool. Oh yeah. Exactly. We made this live stream. Yeah, so yeah, this could like it all could have been done in Serum 1, honestly. This is probably the best one I've made. I tried a couple. I was getting mad because I was like, man, what the fuck? I made a sax because of the multi-sample feature, so you could do that. So I was like, but how can you make this sound badass? So FM'd it with oscillator B. So that's something you couldn't do in Serum 1. Other than that, I couldn't come up with any other concept. And that's about it, man. This is the coolest sound I have so far. It's super cool, though. But we'll see what I can make. I've been doing like 8 hours. Not 8 hours, but like 6 hours a day on it. But yeah, I think like the main changes were what we talked about. And I've also tried the FM route. So you can FM instead of phase distort, which is old Serum FM here, and there's also 3 different algorithms to run the FM through. But it always feels like the PD sounds a lot better. So yeah, I'm always going with that. And then this bass here, I wouldn't be able to do in Serum 1. Main reason for it is just that I did use the bus feature or the splitter. So there's a splitter now that allows you to split, not in the bus, but on the channel, whichever channel you're on. So then the mids are different from the lows. So this is something someone did today on their song, right? So the reason I do that is so that I can get the top part of the bass sounding like that, very, very crunchy, without affecting the low end of the bass. So if I went overdrive, stacking it, so I have the low end here, and now I do that, and that's the power of that. Thanks for the sax comment, man. That's the last one I made, and I was like, fuck this shit. I'm done with this, you know, like, yeah. Do you ever use kick synths? Yeah. There's a couple ways I make the kicks for my packs. Kick 3. This one. So I gotta update it. Remind me later. So I use this to making kicks. You know, I like kick 2. It's less complicated. But kick 3, I used to have kick Ninja. Yeah, I still have it. So I'll also use this. This one I got for free. So these are the ones I use to make kicks. Sometimes bass lines, like the knock basses, on it. But yeah, those are the ones. It's cool. It's not too hard to learn it. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head out. I just want to get everything there. Good music today. You guys are doing amazing. Very proud. Keep going. Control your drums. Control your kicks. You guys got it, okay?